Hi all. So we are on another exercise. Let's see. This exercise is available on NDM website and the name of this particular sheet is 4.1 VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So firstly we look at the problem statement. The problem statement says that whenever any ID is being given, you have to extract the region with respect to this ID, product with respect to this ID and price with respect to this ID. For this particular extraction, the reference table or table array which is given over here is this one. Herein what all columns are lying? First is ID, second is region, third is product and fourth is price. So ID is being given in leftmost column. From here we have to extract that which particular cell is having this ID. Whenever this ID is being matched, we have to extract respective region, product and price from that particular row. Similarly, there is another problem, a statement lying on this sheet only. Here the product is being given and we have to extract the price. Again, we have to look in this particular reference table, which is reference table 2. Here again, ID is given, reason is given, product is given, price is given. We have to look for the product this time. So we have to understand how we'll be using VLOOKUP if the lookup value is lying somewhere else and the value which we have to extract is lying towards the right of that particular column. So we'll learn this. And then third problem statement is we are again given a product and we have to find out ID. Now this time we have to look for the value which is lying towards right of the lookup column. So lookup column is this product, this is the third column and the value which we have to extract is ID which is lying in first column. So we have to understand that VLOOKUP is never going to look for the value if the value is lying towards the right of lookup column. So this will give you error. So how we'll work on this sheet? We'll now start looking into that. So here we talked about just a problem statement of sheet 1 of a workbook and the name of workbook is 4.1 VLOOKUP HLOOKUP. So before starting, let me clear all these arrows which I just now created to make you understand, right? Now see. Firstly, what we have to understand, we have to understand that wherever the value is lying, we have to create a data validation list. So how this data validation list is being created, I will show you in this cell. Again, I'll go to data, then I'll go to data validation. Here is the data validation. From here, I will be selecting list and from this, we will be selecting the source. The moment we do this and we press on OK, we see that the data validation list is lying over here. So in the similar manner, I have already created over here the list of all the IDs which are available in this particular table. Now I have to extract reason. So what I do, first of all, I'll give the name range to this particular table. How? I'll select this all the range and I'll give this range name as my table 1. Okay. Now come over here. Here I'll say equals to V lookup. I'll press tab. This is my lookup value. I have to look for the value in table 1. This is my name range which I have created for the table. So see, the table is already been selected and it is colored with red color and surrounded with dark red border, and table 1 is also written in red color only, comma. Now the value which I have to extract is from the region column which is lying in second column, which is the second column. So index of this column is 2, right? So I'll be mentioning 2. Again, what kind of match we have to look for? We are looking for the exact match because it is an ID. So exact match means false, right? And I'll be closing it. Enter. So this is what is a region. If you look over here, against 104, the region is OR. Now I have to extract product and price also. So how I'll be extracting? Again, what I can do, either I can, if I extract, let's say if I extract all, if I copy this formula towards down, what will come? NaNe. Why? I haven't freeze first of all, which here if you double click, it's C2. What is C2? C2 is containing OR, whereas ID is lying in C1. So what I need to do, firstly, I have to freeze this also. Here I have to freeze this. How will be freezing? Function F4, right? enter. Now see, if I again copy the formula, what is coming? OR, because every time it is picking the value from the column 2. Every time it is picking the value from column 2, whereas the column index should keep on changing. If you look over here carefully, so here you see this ID is lying in column 1, region is lying in column 2, product is lying in column 3, and price is lying in column 4. So it should automatically get changed. For product, the column index should be 3. For price, the column index should be 4. So how we will do this? We will learn now this. So I already taught you various ways. So we'll take one by one all the ways. One is what we can write over here. Here we can write in within curly bracket 2 comma 3 comma 4, and I can just close the curly bracket over here, and then I press enter. Right now see, it is coming like this. It is coming in horizontal manner, but what I want in a vertical manner. So for vertical manner, what you see, this column is not changing, but the row number is changing. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4, right? Or you can say the here we need 2, here we need 3, here we need 4. So what is the another way out? Here we'll be using function. Which function we'll be using? We are actually dragging the cell towards the various rows downwards. So we'll use row function. I'll write row over here, and then I'll take any cell address which is having 2 as a row number over there. So let's say I'm taking A2, right? And I'll close it and I'll press enter. Now see, if I drag it, what happens? This A2 becomes A3, means row 3, and A4 becomes 4, which is price, right? So this is the another way out. So what are the various way out we have learned if we write one by one all those way out? So what I'll do, I just create a text box over here. So first ways to use VLOOKUP. One was simply I have written VLOOKUP, then I have written the name of lookup value which is lying in C2, right? Which is lying in, here I am writing, which is lying in cell C2, right? And then comma the like table array which is lying in, let me again look, it's C1, and the table array is in this is A92, this is A92 your D14. So I'll write over here A9 colon D14. This is my lookup table, and lookup value is lying in C1. Where is C1? This is C1. This is C1. This is table array. I have written over here, comma. I have written 2 because reason is lying in 2, and then I have written false. False means 0, right? So what is the second way out? Second way out is I am using name range. Name range for table. How we have used? We have written V lookup, then we freeze the cell C1, $C, $1, comma, table 1, comma, 2, comma, 0. What is the third way out? Third way out we have used VLOOKUP $C, $1, comma, table 1, comma, in curly bracket 2, comma, 3, comma, 4, comma 0. So in this, when we write 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 0, what happens? This 2 3 4, it will show all the values in horizontal manner. I am writing over here, it will show all adjacent values of column 2 comma 3 comma 4 in horizontal manner, right? Now what I want to display it in vertical manner. To display dynamically in vertical manner, what we do? We look up $C, $1, comma, table 1, comma, row. I will not freeze the cell. I'll ensure that the row number which is appearing in the cell address should be 2, comma, 0. Right? So these are the various ways we have used for solving problem 1. Problem 1. And one more thing we did, we create a data validation list for lookup values. Right? So you have to remember this. Now, these are the 3 ways we used. This is 0. These are the various ways we have used. Now we'll see how to solve other problems, right? Now see. Another problem is what? Here we have given product. What are the various products? Shoes, hats, shirts, coats, slippers and belt. From where it has been picked up? It has been picked up from here. What I have to extract? I have to extract price. So we know that VLOOKUP function should always have lookup value in the leftmost column. So what we'll do when we use VLOOKUP, will pick the lookup value from here, comma. Now my table array. Product should be in the leftmost column. So my table array will be this. Table array will be this. And I'll freeze the table, function F4, comma. From which column I have to pick the value? Now price in this selected table array is lying in second column. So I'll write 2, comma. Which kind of match we have to go for? We have to go for exact match. So I'll write 0. Right? So this is 7897. Shirts 12,876. Slippers 3,000. So I hope you understand. So what we did over here in this case we have to remember that we have to select a table array in such a way that lookup value lies in leftmost column. So here we learned this, right? So you need to remember this in this particular case. This is for problem statement 2. This is for problem statement 2, right? Okay. Now come over here. In the third problem statement. What is the third problem statement? Here product is being given and I have to extract the ID. So is it possible? See, it is not possible. If I say VLOOKUP, I will select product, comma. Now, how will select the table? This is the product table. ID is over here. In case I do in this way, how I'll be giving the column index number? Because column index 1 should always be the column which is having lookup value. So I can't do that. In case I write 1 by mistake and if I try, see, the error is coming, hash NA. So that is why it is written VLOOKUP function doesn't work from right to left. So this is all about sheet 1 of workbook 4.1.